Good morning, everybody. Come and say hello. Come on. Come and say hello. Come on. Come on. Come on. Say good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. She is such a good girl. And yesterday, I was so worried about leaving her just for, it wasn't even 2 hours, it was, what, hour and a half maybe. But she was waiting for me when I got back, sitting there looking at the door. And my son walked in first and he said, she's really a mommy's girl, just wait, following me everywhere she was when I got back. Anyhow, the appointment yesterday, I've only got this thin blouse on and it's so warm. I'm going to have to undo my buttons a bit. Anyway, yeah, so my appointment yesterday, they didn't tell me about my bones, but I could hear them, the radiographer and the one who was helping us, I could hear them talk, well, hear them whispering about how L1 was in the last scan. The last scan wasn't done properly, and L1, the one line has to fit over this line, and how they were doing it all together. Oh, and then I didn't remember that they'd done this before, but maybe they did, where I had to put my forearm on the side of the table, so they measured from my elbow down to my wrist, which was 26, and which was average, I guess. But they were talking about something to do with my wrist. I know my wrists are, look, tiny as tiny can be, and my ankles are the same. So I know that there's been a definite regression, if you like, and deterioration in my bones, except that they wouldn't tell me. They said, well, she said, when's your next consultant appointment? And I wasn't quite sure, so she said it'll all be told to you then. We'd follow up. What are you taking for the osteoporosis? And I said, nothing, not taking anything. I was taking, you up at the window. I was taking, let me just pull this curtain across for you. Come here then. You can't go up there this afternoon because it's going to be too warm. Go on then. I said I was taking the alendronic acid and alendronic and zoledronic acid infusions, which caused necrosis of the jaw, which in turn caused me to lose some of my teeth, which in turn have caused me a lot of bloody problems. But there you go. That'll be amended as soon as the hospital sent for me. I'm just waiting for appointments now. But the biggie from yesterday was she measured me, and she measured me outside of the examination room, the radiographer's room, and she measured me just outside there, and my son was sitting there, and both of our jaws just dropped. I have lost 5 inches in height. 5 inches. Do you know, you'll never guess what I was almost frightened to tell you. If she's measured me correctly, I've gone down to 4 foot 9 inches. No, it's more than 5 inches I've lost, isn't it? From the onset, it's 7 inches. But from the last time, I was 5'2". So right from the beginning, I've lost 7 inches. From the last time my height was done, I've lost 5 inches. gone down to 4'9". It's what a 10-year-old is in height. It's no wonder none of my clothes, they're all on the floor. So next time I go for a bone scan, they're probably not going to find any bones at all. They're probably just all going to have disintegrated into dust, like I said before. But this isn't funny, is it? The loss of height is awful. And in my family of like 6 girls altogether, I was the tallest at 5'4", and now I must be, well, the ones who are left of us, there's one, all of us left. I've got to be the smallest. Thank you, Osteo. So I know that somebody mentioned it's called the silent killer, and it is called the silent killer. I think that's got to do with, hasn't it, how fragile the bones are, and that so many people have breaks, sort of hips, like I did, both hips, breaks from which they don't recover. So I've done both hips. One's been a hip revision because that didn't work the first time, or it worked temporarily. So it's all right, I'm looking over to see what she's doing over there. So I came through those okay. And my biggie operation, was, of course, was a perforated ulcer. When even when the ulcer wasn't perforated, I was bed bound and armchair bound, sofa bound. Clever girl. But once it perforated, I stood up and I fell to the floor. I couldn't move. That's why I'm saying that lady, Peridot, who says, or Perido, who is saying that she's walking around with a perforated bowel, I call bullshit on that. And on the sepsis, what she calls septis. You think she'd know how to pronounce it, wouldn't you, if she has it? So I call bullshit on that as well, because no doctor would allow you to walk around, as I've said, with a perforated anything inside of you, or with sepsis, both life-threatening, and there'd be a big lawsuit if anything happened. And apart from anything else, you wouldn't be walking around because you couldn't. You'd be in that much pain. You couldn't do it. And now I see in the last video, she dropped a nice hint about she needs more money because she's leaving the GoFundMe open. She needs more money and she has to get work done on her teeth next, which is why she's tagged wealthy people. All this woman's done is reneged on her rent twice, if her sister is to be believed, in the last 12 months. And not only ruined her own credit, ruined her sister's credits, but people are sending her loads via PayPal, loads via GoFundMe. And it's clear that she's lying. I'm sorry, I'm calling it for what it is, it's a lie. Nobody walks around with a perforation in their bowel. Nobody. Because they cannot. And nobody walks around with sepsis because they cannot. And because these two problems, one of those problems is life-threatening. No doctor would send you home with either of those problems. As for the rest, if you don't pay your rent for 12 months or however long it was, then yeah, your landlord's going to get a bit cheesed off with it. And if that happens twice, and your sister guaranteed you last time, and your sister's got a right to be angry about it. And I didn't see anything nasty from her sister posted. I just saw her sister posting that all of this was fraudulent, that she was taking money from good people under, fraudulent means by lying. And if there's one thing I cannot bear, it's liars. I don't like them. I've never had any time for them. There's no need for it. Why is it that anybody is so important to you that you would have to lie to them? In this case, it's because you want something from them. Aka, money. So I don't lie. And Bali reactions, I don't lie. I've never asked for money. I don't have a go fund me up. But if I did, that's between me and my supporters. And it isn't a burst pipe. It's major work, which I can't do. I'm a widow on my own now. So shut your mouth about me and what I have in life, because what I have, Alf and I worked all our lives to get. Okay? Go back giving Nada advice, because I don't want it, and I don't think anybody else would either. Did you see that streak of lightning behind me then? Oh, and Bali was complaining that I'd called my cat by a human name. So, and then she said Steve had told the star to go for me to get her dogs brought over from Bali. But you're saying you're living in a hotel room, so how would that work out? It wouldn't. I think I said this in a video yesterday, so I may be repeating myself. But get down. She's pulling my clothes off the door. And hey, Harriet, oi. That's it, get your bear. So anyway, these people who are criticising me, criticise me for something I've done, okay, that is wrong, but don't come on criticising me for something I might do, or because of something I have that you don't have, or for calling my kitten Harriet, because she's my little girl. And if you don't have that affinity with animals, which you clearly don't, you say you're half Romanian, but you didn't know about the crematoria going round, picking up dogs off the streets and tossing them in. Happens in a lot of Eastern Bloc countries, a lot. So it's common knowledge. So if you're an animal lover, you would know about that. You people, some of you, you're just so self-absorbed. Oh, somebody said you've got another video up about me that I'm self-absorbed. How funny. Anyway, I'm going to get some washing out, and I'm really late again this morning. It's 10, and I was exhausted by the time I got back from the hospital yesterday for some reason. And but old Twinkle Toes over there, she keeps me going. She's going to have my stuff down off the door in a minute. Have you ever known a kitten like this? Are all kittens like this? Can you tell me? And I've got a video of her sister, one of her sisters, which I'll post maybe at the end of the night, just to close the day off, because it's a nice little video. So I'll be back later. I may do a live, actually. I might stick the computer on there while I can, before all this work starts, and go in there with Harriet and just be doing what I'm doing, and just let you all talk and then pop back and forward. So that might be a way to do it. And I'll be back later with another video and maybe with a live stream. Catch you all then. All 4'9" of me will catch you then. See you later.